There have been many stealth games released over the years. Some have become a cut above the rest with the unique mechanics they introduced or popularized in the stealth genre, like Hitman, which allowed disguises. Thief the Dark Project used shadows for concealment, and Metal Gear Solid had lockers you could hide in to evade enemies. On the other hand, some games have skillfully reused and combined ideas pioneered by other games to make a name for themselves. Shadow of Mordor does a bit of both. It allows the protagonist to see through physical obstacles to track his foes, a one-hit stealth assassination, hiding in shrubbery to conceal himself, etc. A variation of these have been done before in other games, but what makes Shadow of Mordor stand out is the branding mechanic it introduces. But before we look into that mechanic and how Shadow of Mordor allows Talion, the main protagonist, to use it against an overwhelming force to achieve his objectives, we need to know a little about the Nemesis system introduced by the game. Now, an in-depth analysis of the Nemesis system would require its own video to do it any justice. It's a simple enough concept overall, but has a lot of small moving parts that keep it running. But even before we can talk about the Nemesis system, we need to know a bit about the game itself. Shadow of Mordor follows Talion, a ranger, cursedly bound to Celebrimbor, an elf lord, on their pursuit of vengeance. Mordor has been taken over by Sauron's armies, the vicious Uruks, who have captured the humans to be their slaves. It's up to our two protagonists to take down Sauron and free the humans. Now coming back to the Nemesis system, the simple enough concept is that it allows players to form a more personal relationship with their foes. Basically, the Nemesis system can keep track of Uruks that have killed or survived an encounter with the player. These Uruks are then promoted and can rise up the ranks in Sauron's army. This means that pretty much any no-named Uruk can seize a prestigious rank in Sauron's army if they can kill the player. The objective of the game is to weaken Sauron's forces, which when tackled directly translates to just killing the Uruk captains and war chiefs. And this is what you do in the first region of the game. While certain parts of these assassinations could be done stealthily, sometimes you do have to fight the war chiefs one-on-one, and that's never a pleasant experience.
Nobody angers me and lives.
Man, did I not enjoy this fight for sure. Moving on. All the war chiefs spawn in Uruk's strongholds and have other Uruks to back him up during the fight. Typically these fights tend to get overwhelming for the player. And this is where the second approach to weaken Sauron's army comes into picture. This is a more indirect approach, and Shadow of Mordor transitions into a game of infiltration. In the game's second region, Sea of Nirnen, a quest from Queen Marvin unlocks Talion's ability to brand Uruks. Thanks, Celebrimbor. This just means that Talion can now brainwash unsuspecting Uruks to be under his command. Branded Uruks mingle with their folks as normal, but in a pinch, Talion can call upon them to his aid. This mechanic opens up a whole new approach to take down the war chiefs, which involves more strategic planning and less direct confrontation, which is just how I would have gone about were I to face an overwhelming force like Sauron's army. Why kill them if you can use them? So later on in the game, I wanted a war chief under my control. There are two ways I could have gone about achieving this. First, attack the war chief directly and brand him, but that can get kinda hard to do if circumstances don't align. Also, that's boring. The alternative is to get a grunt, basically any of the thousands of Uruks that roam Mordor, to become a war chief, building your own war chief. All possible because of Talion's handy-dandy branding ability. But that's just theory. Could we really make use of it though? Let's form a plan. We find a basic no-named Uruk. Here he is. We let him kill us so that he can be promoted into Sauron's army. Then we let him kill us more so that he can feel better about himself and keep powering up at the same time. Once we feel that we've had our fill of dying to our Uruk and that he has become an elite captain, we brand him. Now he's ours. Get him to become our target war chief's bodyguard. Perfect. Then we make our Uruk betray the existing war chief. He's killed and our Uruk is the new war chief. And there we have it, our very own handy war chief. Now let's see it in action. Find a grunt. Let him kill us. Ouch, that hurt. Attaboy, he became a captain. He kills us. What's up? Repeat that a few more times. Alright, he's all powered up. Now for part 2 of our plan. We meet again, but this time we beat his ass. Here it is. We brand him and he's ours. And just because we can, we'll get our to kill another captain. Alright Zumuk, you won't be so mountains soon enough. Let the fight begin.
Do you really think you have a chance against me?
Yeah, you tell him.
I've held my troops back to finish you off myself!
Oh, honey. Victory.
This is just one battle! You will lose the war!
Get our Uruk to become an existing war chief's bodyguard. Before that, a short drive.
Are you joking? This isn't even a challenge!
Okay, Boomer. Okay, we're in. We get our Uruk to betray his master, whose bodyguard he just became.
But no man can face a true Uruk! Are there any true Uruk here? Death to tyrants!
Ah yes, that's what I like to see. The war chief is killed. And our Uruk becomes new war chief. How they grow up brings a tear to my eye. And there we have it, an assassin bringing an army down from the inside. The branding mechanic is really interesting, and props to Shadow of Mordor for implementing it so beautifully. It opens up a whole new playstyle, stealth via deception. Thank you.